Welcome back.
Good morning, Braves. This is Mr. DeSapio, president here. Welcome to a new and very different school year. We're grateful to have you assembled in your CPs this morning to learn more about what's in store for this year. And as we begin this session, I'd like to start off with a little prayer. And this is a prayer that has meant a lot to me over this time, especially over this time with a lot of uncertainty and change and things shifting up a great deal. And so this prayer has meant a lot to me. It's a short prayer. It's something maybe that you can hold on to and use at times when you need it. And so let's pause and remember that we are now and at all times in God's holy presence and in the sacred presence of one another. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. This is a prayer from Saint Teresa of Avila. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing away. God never changes. Patience obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. Well, good and gracious God, we ask your blessings upon the school year ahead, upon all of our students here today and every day as we move forward. Help us to be patient with ourselves, with our classmates, with our teachers, with our families, and help us to turn to you when we feel fear or concern about what might be ahead. Hold us, protect us, and be with us. And we ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Mr. DeSapio, for the welcome and the prayer. This is Mr. Procopio, principal here at Bishop Blanchette. I just want to say welcome to Blanchette for the 2020-2021 school year. As you all know, we're starting the year remote. We are doing whatever we can to make this the best experience for you, both in the classroom and also outside of the classroom. We've made a lot of enhancements to our program for the fall so that this can be the best possible remote experience. Later today, you're going to hear from our Vice Principal of Student Life, Mr. Boshin, who will talk to you about ways to get involved. And I just want to encourage every student to get involved in something this fall, even if it's remote. We have athletic offerings, performing arts offerings, club offerings, and more. And I just want 100% participation. So take a risk and jump into something, even if it's something you've not participated in before. Today, in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our school program. We'll also hear from our academic vice principal, Ms. McCoy, about our academic program, our dean of students, Mr. Belanco, about health and safety and other dean's office issues, and Ms. Moe, our director of educational technology, about ways to use technology to help you in your experience here. So first and foremost, I'll talk to you a little bit about remote learning. We do have a green and gold schedule, so during the remote model, we will be not having unified days. So you'll have half your classes on one day, the other half on another day. I've included the bell schedule below, so you can see that the day starts typically at 8:35 and goes until 2:10. A couple of new things about this bell schedule: it's got 70-minute classes through Zoom. I will tell you that instruction will look different in each class. So you might have one class where the teacher models problems and does direct instruction for the majority of the Zoom live instruction. You might have a PE teacher that has you close your laptop altogether and do an active activity. We do encourage our teachers to vary their instruction, so it will look different from class to class. Built into this schedule, bell schedule, we have a 30-minute lunch. We have 2 10-minute breaks, and I just want to strongly encourage you to step away from the screen and devices during those breaks and get a mental health break, stretch, whatever you need to do. Super important during this time to take some time away from the device. We also have 45-minute office hours each day for each teacher. So at the end of the day, if you need extra help or just want to check in with the teacher, you can use their recurring office hours link and get some more support. The big piece of advice I'll give you, check email each day. You're not on campus, so we can't physically come, grab you or give you a message. Please just be responsive to email. That's the main way we'll be able to communicate with students and the main way you'll be able to communicate with us. We do have Google Classroom as our learning hub for returning students. You know this well. Later on in this presentation, you'll get a little bit more of an overview on that, but I did want to let you know that for your class periods and for office hours, if you go to the Google Classroom for your class and click the classwork tab, at the very top will be a link for your recurring Zoom meeting for that class. So it'll always be in the same spot for all your classes. I do want to show you some of the investments we've made for our teachers. As you know, we installed smart TVs a year ago with external speakers. These are all touchscreen TVs. They work great. That's a picture of Miss McCoy teaching AP Computer Science. Good job there. In hybrid only, that's when we bring students back to campus. We've installed outward-facing cameras so that the students at home, if needed, can view the students in the class. We also have given every teacher a second monitor so that they can have on the second monitor all of their Zoom students, and then on their laptop, they can have their instruction or their slides or the camera facing them. We've also given every teacher that needs one for modeling math problems or drawing sketches an iPad with Apple Pencil. We really feel good about the technology that we're able to use to make this a great learning experience. And then just one final note about hybrid learning before I kick it over to Ms. McCoy. I do want everyone to know that we've completely transformed the classrooms to be designed to bring students back in a safe way. So this is a picture here of myself and new science teacher, Mr. Willie, and Ms. McCoy teaching. You can see she's got her second monitor up with kids participating from home. You can see students are in their desks with their masks on and spread out 6 feet apart. When we're able to bring kids back, we will do our best to do that. But right now we're going to make the most of our remote experience. So again, this is Mr. Procopio. If there's anything you need, please email me. And at this point, I will hand it over to our academic vice principal, Ms. McCoy. Thank you, and let's have a good school year.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a new school year. My name is Ms. McCoy, and I'm the Vice Principal of Academics. Even though we are not on campus at this time, the faculty and staff have been hard at work to design a program that will optimize your learning and provide opportunities to engage in student life activities. Today, I'd like to share a few key strategies that will help you navigate and succeed in a remote learning environment. The strategies shared today will also help you in a hybrid or traditional classroom setting. First and foremost, students, at home, you need a designated learning space at a desk or table. You need to be able to participate in your Zoom meetings and have space around you to take notes or complete your math problems. You also need to ensure you have space around for your course materials. Despite what you think, your bed is not the optimal learning space. Sitting in a bed cues the body to rest and sleep. So have your designated learning space ready to go by the first day of class, which is September 8th. When you are in your Zoom meetings or working on your coursework, please try to limit your distractions. That means putting your phones away, turning off the TV, making sure there's no video games on, so you're not tempted to turn your attention elsewhere. Don't do anything you wouldn't do if you were on campus in a classroom. Here's a little science lesson for you. Our brains do not multitask. It switches. Some people may be an adept switcher, but every switch increases the length of time to complete a task, and it increases error rates. So let's talk about organization. It's your responsibility to track your assignments in all 7 of your classes. The best way to do that is to use a planner. So Google Classroom is a resource to let you know what to do, but a planner will help you plan when you are actually going to do the assignment. So I recommend you create a to-do list every day. There is something to be said about crossing off things on your list. It gives you that sense of accomplishment. Routines. For many of us during this unparalleled time, we are spending more time at home and it's easy to get out of our routine. You should create and stick to a schedule. Have a regular sleep schedule, consistent time to do your homework, as well as time to relax and be screen-free. Remember, school starts at 8:35, and a good night's sleep will help you focus in class. A little bit about assignments. Completing work in a timely manner is essential for your learning. Your teachers create assignments and pacing that will allow you to assess your own progress and provide key information to your teacher in understanding your learning needs. This year, we do have a school-wide policy on late work, which you'll learn more about from your teachers. Organization and committing to a scheduled time to complete your assignments will help keep you on track and enhance your learning experience. In fact, you all had an assignment over the summer. Do you remember what that was? Summer reading. Make sure you finish those last pages before September 8th. The summer reading list is on the Blanchette website. Not turning in your work and getting behind will only add additional stress and impact your learning and your grade. Students, I can't stress this enough. Stay organized and turn your work in on time. High school is a time to refine your study skills. Studying goes beyond completing assignments. It's reviewing your notes, teaching somebody what you learned, participating in study groups, practicing extra math problems, making flashcards, to just name a few. This is a time to find methods and strategies that will help you engage and learn the material. At the dinner table, teach your parents something you learned. Ask someone to quiz you. In a remote environment, you are going to see that assessments are going to look different. You're going to be able to have to apply your knowledge by completing projects, writing essays, giving presentations. It could even be a one-on-one interview with your teacher. Most importantly, you are responsible for learning the material and being able to demonstrate that learning in various ways. Another essential strategy for achieving success is to seek help. We are here to help you, and we want to help you. We have created office hours every afternoon, which is a great time to get extra help. Students, you can go to office hours any day, not just the day you had class. Your teacher may even require you to drop in to office hours if they want to check in with you. Also, don't wait until you are completely overwhelmed to seek help. Always reach out with questions and seek help the moment something comes up. Finally, use breaks and lunchtime as screen-free times. Get up, move around, go outside, eat some food, but take a real break. Just a couple more items. Textbooks. You should be working with your parents or guardians to purchase your textbooks. The official book list is located in our online bookstore, which you can access on the Bishop Blanchette website. So on the website, click on the Student tab and you'll find a link to our bookstore. Make sure you have a copy of your schedule so you can select the correct courses to see the required books. Please know you can purchase your books from any source, but our online bookstore is the place to view the book list. Course materials. This year, all students are required to have a laptop. You can choose a PC or a Mac. The choice is up to you and your family. You should also have a TI-84 graphing calculator for your math class. There's no general supply list, but your teachers will let you know if there is any additional required course materials. Some classes will require you to pick up materials, and your teachers will reach out with further instructions. Students, please make sure you check your email because you will be getting information from your teachers about course materials and potential pickup times. Miss Mo will be talking a little bit more about email later on. Braves, that's all I have for you right now. I've included my email address if you have any questions or need any assistance. Welcome back to our returning students, and also a warm welcome to our 9th graders and transfer students. Have a great day.
Hello, Braves. Happy orientation. Welcome back, and to our new students, I just want to say welcome, and we're happy that you're here. My name is Mr. Belanco, Dean of Students. Before I get started in the policies and our expectations for the school year, I just want to say to all of our students, we miss you. I miss seeing you in the halls. I miss the energy, and I hope that we're back together soon. So I want to provide some updates so that we're all on the same page moving forward to start our school year. Attendance. Attendance is taken in every class. In order for you to be marked present, you need to be there and you need to be engaged. Students that aren't actively engaged in the lesson can be marked absent. So what would that look like for you? Okay, if you're not actively engaged, you're doing things like this. You are, your camera's off. You're not responding to the teacher. You're not responding to students in classroom discussion. The teacher may have dismissed the class, and maybe they dismissed the class early, and you're still there, and you're not really responding to what the teacher has to say. If you start doing some of those things, you will be marked absent. All other attendance policies and procedures that we have in place, they're all applicable in a remote environment, and they're all available for you to check out in our Bishop Blanchette handbook. So, online classroom expectations. We want our students to be respectful and enhance the learning environment. So find positive ways to enhance what's going on in the classroom. For Zoom, cameras are on by default, microphones are off. Your face needs to be visible unless directed by the teacher. If you have concerns about your background, if you have concerns about always seeing yourself on camera, because it can be a little weird, let your teacher know there are solutions to those things, but communicate those concerns to your teacher. You need to be seated at a desk or a table inside. So we're looking for an academic environment. Your bed is not an academic environment, so we need to get up, get out of bed, and start school. Whatever background you choose, it needs to be appropriate. So make sure that it's school appropriate. When you enter Zoom, for your identification, we should see your first and last name. Let's dress appropriately. And then the last two bullets there are really important. You can't take a screenshot or a picture or record any part of the Zoom without the permission from the teacher. So please make sure you're aware of that. And then use all those tools, all the video conferencing tools, use all the things that Zoom offers in an appropriate way and as directed by the teacher. Academic integrity. So this is taken straight from our handbook. I want to read it to everybody. It is the expectation of Bishop Blanchette High School that students conduct themselves in an honest and ethical way. Each student acknowledges that the work represented on all assignments and assessments is their own. So the biggest point I want to make here is every single piece of content that you create for your classes needs to be done individually unless otherwise stated by the teacher. My advice would be, if you don't know, if you're not sure, can we work together? Can I collaborate? Ask your teacher. Get some clarification before moving forward. Social media. This is also taken from our handbook. I want to read it so we're all crystal clear. Students engaging in appropriate online activity may receive disciplinary consequences at school. Online conduct that is in conflict with the values and mission of Bishop Blanchette High School or impacts the school learning environment may be investigated, and disciplinary action may be taken up to and including dismissal. So be very careful and be very smart about the things that you post online. Understand intent versus impact. Your intentions might not be to hurt someone. Your intentions might have been something else, but you have to consider the impact that it's going to have on people. So be considerate of others in the things that you post. Very simple. And then remember, online, private does not necessarily mean private. So kind of get into the habit of anything that you post, consider it to be written in ink, and it's hard to erase those things once you post them online, even if your account's private. So please use social media in a positive way. Health and safety. Here's some updates regarding our health and safety procedures. All students, faculty, staff, visitors, if you're on campus at any time throughout the day, you need to be wearing a mask, okay? If you feel sick, if you might have been exposed to someone with COVID-19, if you have been exposed to someone with COVID-19, anything that's kind of in the gray, we're always erring on the side of caution. So stay home. Please limit your social interactions. I understand that can be a challenge. Practice physical distancing and frequently wash your hands. Have good hygiene. So we have a health screening process for anyone that's going to be on our campus. Even though we're remote, we're entirely remote to start. Even though we're remote, there will be times when students will be on our campus. Maybe there's an athletic training. Maybe it's a support service. Maybe it's the fall play. So we have health screening protocols put in place. Anyone that's on our campus has to go through our health screening protocols. It's 3 CDC questions related to your health, and it's a temperature screening. It's confidential. The last 2 bullets are super important. If you plan to be on campus prior to arriving that day, your parent or guardian must complete our health screening protocols. We put out a video last week walking your parent or guardian through the registration process. So you need to be in the system. Every single family needs to participate, and anytime you want to be on campus, your parent or guardian must attest to your health. Students, even if you're 18, are not permitted to attest to their own health. This is our contact information. This is the Dean's Office team. If you have any questions, if you need help, if you need support, we are absolutely ready and willing to listen and provide you some guidance. So if anything comes up throughout the school year, do not hesitate to reach out. Like I said before, we miss you. This online stuff, I prefer to see everyone in person. So have a wonderful school year and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.
Hi Braves, welcome to the 2020-2021 school year. I'm excited to be starting out a new school year with all of you. I am Miss Mo, I am the Director of Educational Technology, and I'm just going to walk you through some technology information that you will hopefully use during this school year. So the first place that I wanted to mention is the Blanchette website, bishopblanchette.org. Here you will find on the homepage a direct link to Skyward, as well as under the Students tab, you will find links to all of the things that I'm talking about today. So if you ever forget where you need to go for those things, just head to the Blanchette website and they'll be all right there for you and direct you to what you're looking for. So the first thing is email. You all have your own unique bishopblanchette.org email address. So hopefully you all remember your password from last year or have logged in if you are a new student. If not, we can help you out with that. Just let us know. One thing I would recommend is if you are someone who likes to check your email from your phone, I would install the Gmail app itself rather than the native mail app. It just makes it easier. It looks more like Gmail online, and it's just a better interface for actually using your Bishop Blanchette email address. If you are a returning student, I would highly recommend starting the school year with a clean inbox. So what you will want to do is you will either want to purge or archive all of your emails from before this year. This will really help keep you organized in the long run, as if you start the year with a clean slate. You can also use filters and folders within Gmail themselves. So maybe you want to make a folder for each of your classes, and that's where you can store your emails as they come in. Another thing that I would recommend is only use your school email for school-related things. For example, like don't order something from Jimmy John's with your school email address for delivery, because then every day in your inbox you're going to get 5 coupons for Jimmy John's and it'll just clutter it up. And so use your personal email address for those types of things and keep your school one just for schoolwork. Also, you will hear this over and over again, but it's so true. Check your email. In the remote, hybrid, and in-person learning environments, checking your email often is really, really important. It's the most effective and efficient way that teachers can communicate with you, so please continue to check your email often. Just want to give you a little bit of a couple of pointers for using email, and hopefully you will use these this year in college and in life. As a professional, I use these in my daily life. So hopefully these are things that you can start to use when you're writing emails. So first of all, always use your school email address when you are communicating with teachers and other students or staff in the building. Secondly, use a greeting no matter what. So always start an email with "Dear Miss Christensen" or "Good afternoon, Miss Boyd" when you are writing an email. Also use a meaningful subject line. It should be short and concise, but it should be so that the person knows what you're emailing them about. Also use proper punctuation. Capitalize the letter I. Sometimes in email it doesn't autocorrect to a capital I, so just make sure you're looking at that, and write in complete sentences. Don't text. As you can see from the slide itself, it's misspelled because you need to be writing out words. This isn't like a text message that you're sending to someone where it's RU, just the letters. It's spelled out AREYOU. And always before you send it, proofread and spell check what you're sending. Additionally, before you send it off, make sure you're using a proper closing, so "Thank you very much" or "Sincerely," and always sign your name. It may seem obvious that this email is coming from you, but just you always need to sign your name at the end of an email. So hopefully you will start using this email etiquette if you have not already. I promise you it will serve you in your life beyond high school. So Google Classroom is our learning management system, and it's going to be the one place where you can go to find all of your classes, including your CP. And if you need help accessing that, let us know. It's part of your Gmail, it's part of your Google account, so when you're logged in, you'll have access to it. It's synced with Google Calendar, so when your teachers post assignments with due dates, they will auto-populate into your calendar. So it's a super helpful way to help you stay organized. And it's a streamlined process for students and teachers to share files, for them to post assignments. So also Google Classroom is something that you should be checking often. We use Google, the whole Google suite, and so Google Drive is the best place for you to save all of your work. You can use Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms. There's a whole other array of different programs they have within that suite that you can use, but please, this is where you should save your files. If you lose your computer or spill water on it, your files will be safe if they are in your Google Drive. And also, one thing I would recommend is try to stay organized within your drive. So make folders for classes, make folders for club work, whatever you need to do to help you stay organized so that it's not just one big long list of things that you have to search through. So stay organized in there. This is a great place for group work and shared projects. So also keep that in mind when you're working on projects with other people. Using the Google Suite is the best way to do that. We also have access for all of you to Office 365, which if you navigate to office.com, you can sign in with your Blanchette email address and your computer password, and you will have access to programs like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and you can either use those in the cloud or download them directly onto your computers for free. So if that's the route that you would like to go, you're welcome to access that. Skyward is our online gradebook, and hopefully you have all logged into this by now. It's where you can see your schedule, it's where your grades are going to be posted, it's where you can see your missing assignments, and when we come back to school, it's where you'll see your locker combo. And this is just a really good place for you and your parents to have access to this information. Skyward, I would recommend checking often. I would say not excessively, but often is a good good idea to check that. That's where you will have real-time information of your grades. And then Zoom. You should probably know what Zoom is by now because I think you're watching this video via Zoom. So Zoom is our online video software that we're using, and all of your Google Classrooms will have a link to both the class Zoom as well as your teacher office hours. So if you ever forget where you need to go for Zoom, head to Google Classroom and your teachers have all posted the links to those. And Mr. Belankel already talked about the expectations for being on Zoom, so just keep those in mind every day when you are in class. And finally, if you need anything, please email us. Mr. Hodgins, Mr. Moffat, Mr. Shea, and myself are here to help you. We are excited that we're all back in school. We are happy to help you. If you have a question, if you need advice about your laptop, whatever it is, please feel free to email us anytime at studenttechsupport@bishopblanchette.org. We are happy to help you. I'm really excited to be back in a new school year with all of you, and I hope to hear from some of you soon. So I hope you all have a great day.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.